Hey everyone, Delta One here. We are on our way home, and I think I might have it set on the wrong thing because they're fogging up. So I need to switch to defrost over to heat. But I think I uploaded last night the issues that I was having, the only issues I was having with the truck. So I was going to bring up now another feature of the truck, and if anyone wants a special feature that this truck has that they want to know if it has it, or if they know it has it but they don't know how to activate it, let me know. I'll go through and I'll see if my truck has it, and if it does, I'll show you how to activate it or deactivate it. For instance, one feature that this truck has, I brought up yesterday, was the auto park. It's not what you think when you think auto park, not auto parking the car. When I say auto park, I mean actually the truck will automatically put itself in park if you turn the key off. Whereas before, if you left your switch in that or whatever, like if you're shifting your car in the drive, turn it off, what your car will do is it will stay in that gear, obviously, and you will be stuck in that gear. And I don't remember if you could take your key out or not, but auto park will automatically put the truck in park, and you can still take out your key without ever having to do anything. Well, a feature on this truck that I want to bring out that some people know the truck might have, or don't even know the truck might have, but is unsure how to turn it on or turn it off. It's called Hill Start Assist, or Hill Assist, or whatever you want to call it. Essentially, what this does is while you're at a stoplight, in an incline, with there is a train. There's a train. But essentially, you'll experience what you'll experience what manual cars get, where when you're trying to get going and any small incline will cause the car to roll back. Well, in automatic cars, the torque converter is always spinning, always providing fluid pressure, which is the turbine. It's always doing something. So when you get off your brake to get going, the truck or car already has enough fluid pressure in first gear to allow the car to start moving on its own. However, that's not enough power in most cases to make the truck or car go up a hill or stay in position up a hill. What will usually happen is that you'll basically get the exact same thing that you'll get in a manual when you get off a brake in an automatic up a hill. Like right now, we're on a slight incline. All right, I just got off the brake. We're slowly rolling forward. All right, in this truck here, I have to go to settings, safety assistance, hill start assist, and turn it off, and done to confirm, and then I'll get out of it. I don't know if it'll do it on this small of a hill, but let's see. All right, it's doing it still, but it's not doing it as fast. Before, I was getting off the brake and it was slowly inching up. Well, when I got off the brake with that, well, not slowly inching up, I got off the brake and it started crawling up the hill. But just now with the hill start off, when I got off the brake, it hesitated for a minute and then slowly started inching its way. It didn't start rolling, it just inched its way up. And essentially what it does, I'm going to turn it back on in this truck with this, I think this is the R2, and you go to settings, safety assist, hill start, turn it on. And it says provide start assistance when the vehicle is on an incline. Now, keep in mind, there is a limit to everything. There is a limit to the type of incline that it can be. It can't be an extremely steep one, like an 11% grade. You're trying to sit there and stay in one place. But essentially, this acts as a buffer to keep you from rolling back into, like, even though it's an automatic, people still don't think that their car can roll back into someone because they got off their throttle. Automatics will roll backward as well if the gravitational pull of the weight of the vehicle is more than what the vehicle's stationary weight is. So if I'm sitting on an incline and the weight of my truck being pulled backwards by gravity is more than me sitting in position, the truck will roll back. And me sitting in position is the transmission trying to basically trying to keep me stationary, which in most cases is not enough. Are you gonna like go around it, or are you just gonna? Okay. I was wondering. Yeah. But anyway, we are going to now. I have to head home, and I have to get my S8 Plus, I believe, and get it and take it to my aunt's house to give it to my aunt. She worked yesterday. When she gets off, I have to be at work, so I wasn't able to give it to her yesterday. So I'm going to give her that as a Mother's Day gift. So hope she likes that. We need to turn the heat off or something because it's getting hot. But essentially what's going on right now is we're going home. There's also other features in this which I can't show you right now because we're about to start moving, okay, we're moving. But there's also, to go in here, you can also turn on and off your lights, you know, how long you want your lights to stay on when you push the lock button, how long your car stays on when you turn the ignition off, everything from that. I'll probably cover that tomorrow, or cover that later on today maybe, on how that works and how you turn on and turn that off. I'll probably cover that. But if anyone ever wanted to know how you turn on and off hill assist, and whether turning it on and off is really worth it, to be honest with you, I'd leave the feature on. Because you don't notice that it's not there, and you don't notice that it is there. So even if it doesn't do anything on a daily basis, because you don't drive, like where I drive to and from work, I rarely get on hills to where I don't have to. There may be some fuel issues with it, why it may eat more fuel coming from a stop, but it's so minute that you won't notice it. So in my opinion, I would leave it on. I would not bother it. It's better to have a feature on that you never knew you had than having a feature, well, a safety feature. I'll put it this way. It's better to have, because there are features like on your cell phone that are on that you don't know you have, that are on that you don't want on, but you don't know they're actually a feature. You think it's part of the phone. But safety features on a car, it's safety and assistance features in general on cars, even if you don't know they're on, is great to have them. Because I say that in an instance, but in some cases you have people that, for instance, if you go from my Pathfinder that doesn't have any of this to this, and then you drive this for a long time, like I've been driving this truck for a month now, since I got it running and since I got it inspected, I've been driving it. Now the thing about it is, this truck uses electronic steering. My Pathfinder uses power steering. Well, it's a hydraulic system. The steering in the Pathfinder is quite heavy. Now that I've driven this, it's quite heavy. This truck weighs more than the Pathfinder does, but the heavier vehicle's lighter because of the steering. That assistance feature that I have, you can adjust the electronic steering on this. However, I've chosen not to. And the primary reason for that is because, again, it's the feature that I didn't know I had, that why bother it? But because I've gotten used to that feature, getting into a car that has normal power steering, it now makes it harder for me to drive those cars because the steering is heavy. Of course, that's not saying I can't drive them anymore. It just says that I have to adjust to it, pretty much. Well, I'm gonna go in here and get my aunt's phone for her, and you guys stay frosty.